Yamaha Tenere 700 against the Cfmoto MT 450. Which one would you choose? Which one would you buy? Hello, this is Before and I'm not new. If you are new to my channel, I count the wheelbase and place the bikes here and compare them to see the differences. So we've got the Yamaha Tenere and the Cfmoto MT. I'm gonna use the one with the no fender, the low fender, rear fender. Okay, to be more equal, and we can see straight away these are two very similar bikes. The Yamaha's got a wheelbase of 1595 and the Cfmoto has a wheelbase of 1505, but the Yamaha is using the wheelbase seat thing, which the wheel doesn't start completely from the fork but further front. Honda does that too also. And here we can't see. I think they've got a small seat too also, but not as big as the Yamaha. Now I've placed some markers in yellow color so we can compare the two bikes on the foot pegs, on the lowest part of the seat, on the end of the seat, on the passenger seat, the end and the start of it, where the bike basically ends, the front center of the wheel and the center of the front wheel and the rear wheel. Oh my god, my English, and I just added another one. Oh my god. And then where the fork ends, where the handlebars would be if they were straight, and where the top of the screen is. I'll do the same for the Tenere. So I've done the same for the Tenere with blue color, and now let's remove the bikes and see what we can see. First of all, we see a bigger distance from the ground for the Tenere. This is the foot peg to seat, and we see a bigger distance for the Tenere again. That might be 1-2 centimeters. The seat of the passenger to the front, where the joints with the tank, is slightly more for the Tenere. Distance from standing up position from the handlebars to the Tenere and the Cfmoto, it's slightly bigger for the MT, Yamaha, not FT. The Yamaha Tenere windscreen compared to the sitting position is about the same, because when you sit down you see the differences will be different, although when you're standing up you will think that the Yamaha is higher up, but when you're sitting it will be the same. And the top of the fork, we can see Yamaha has a much bigger fork, and over here passenger foot peg is closer to the seat, so you have more bent legs on the MT. Seat of the passenger seems to be bigger on the Yamaha. So generally the Yamaha is slightly bigger, very slightly bigger, and we saw that in reality with the bikes, wrong bikes here. So now let's go to the specs after we have a look at what we just saw. First we start with the consumption, 4.3 liters for the Yamaha, and there's no official for the Cfmoto consumption, but I see here 4.5. I think I saw a bit more, 4.6. On the SAR 6.1. So it probably depends on how you ride it, but I think for a smaller bike, the consumption, at least of the engine, because not of the bike itself, is more on the MT, which is not a good thing. The Yamaha seems to be a more refined engine. The suspension travel is 210 in the front and 200 in the rear for the Yamaha, the cheapest one, which is 11,600 euros in Greece. And the suspension travel on the MT is 200 front and rear, very similar. Both bikes have 21 in the front and rear 18. The tires are 90-90 in the front for the Tenere and 150-70. The same for the MT, but with a smaller rear tire, 140-70. So the Tenere is 205 kilos with all the liquids and has a 16-liter tank. The MT has 175 kilos dry weight and 17.5 liters fuel tank. Add those two together and you get 192.5. Add a few liters for the engine, so it's probably 195 somewhere. So about 10 kilos lighter than the Tenere. It's not a lot for a bike with an engine half the size. The MT has a max power of 32.5 kilowatts, a max torque of 44 Newton meters. The Yamaha has 54 kilowatts compared to the 32 kilowatts of power and 68 Newton meters compared to the 44 Newton meters. So it's a much stronger bike. Price is unknown on the 450 MT today, 12th of the 11th of 2023. EICMA is still on in Italy. We still don't have any info on the price. Seat height on the MT is 820 on the standard and 800 on the lower seat. And on the Yamaha, the seat height is 875 millimeters, so it's 7.5 centimeters higher, which is not a lot. It's basically like you wearing high heels. That's the difference. Normal shoes, high heels. I know you guys wear high heels. I know what you do at nighttime. So the Yamaha is a bit old compared to the MT. It's a few years old, and the MT's got some nice goodies like tubeless spoke wheels. It's a very good plus. It's got some cool electronics, nice screen. The latest Yamaha's got a new screen, I think. But the MT has a huge floor with now R in it. The floor is this thing here. As you can see on the MT, they've designed it so if you are tall, you can fit on it here. But on the MT, they've designed it in a way that if you are tall and you sit somewhere that you would sit on this bike, you wouldn't fit. You would have to open your legs a lot, be very uncomfortable. And also the bars will start in a position, this is where the bars come out if you put the extra protective bars on the bike, like the model in Yamaha had. If you look at videos from taller people sitting on the MT, you could see their legs were almost touching the bars, which I think it's dangerous. If you slide front, it's not a good design of the MT. It's not in production yet. I don't know if they're making them yet, but it's a flaw, not a floor. It's a flaw in the design. The bike should be like this, with a gap here, for you can freely put your legs. I've got another picture here of a guy bent, a guy that's pretty much me. We put him in the correct position, it's somewhere here, and we see he fits. And even if he goes front, slightly slides front, he won't hit on anything. He'll probably hit his balls before he hits his knees. So on the MT, it's a different story. He will sit somewhere here, but if he slides in the front, he will hit his knees if he brakes suddenly. So this is a quick comparison of the two bikes. Great news, MT 450 from Cfmoto, a small displacement adventure bike, but it has some flaws. Not flaws, flaws. I'm B4R, thanks for watching, bye.